McClain, MC, capital CLAIN, 1919 Hansard Lane, Knoxville, Tennessee. Interview conducted by Dr. Charles Johnson, Department of History, University of Tennessee, Knoxville, in his office on March 20, 1988. On and talk, and it's nothing more complicated than that. And if you got things you want to talk about, Wes, you feel free. Usually, what I do is start out asking just how you got into the service and what your experience was like, sort of before you went into the service and after you got in.
Of course, I was just a kid out of high school.
Were you from here?
From Knoxville. I was born in Knoxville. Went in when I was 18. I drafted.
Was that in 1942? 43.
43, yeah. Got in 43. Went to Bainbridge. Took my boot camp in Bainbridge. Was there less than 5 weeks boot camp. Then went back to Norfolk, and I was assigned to ship and picked the ship up in Houston, Texas.
Now you're the first people on the ship.
Yes, sir.
You're going to that.
Yeah. So I was on it from then until I got discharged in 45.
Mm-hmm.
And from, of course, Houston, we shake down, went to Bermuda.
What kind of a ship was it? Did you find it a pretty good ship?
Yes, sir. Very fine ship. We were what we call a dungaree navy. There was no spit and polish in it. We wore dungarees most of the time. All the time we wore whites or dress blues or anything. When we was going on Liberty, the rest of the time we were no hats, nothing formal about it. Just small ship.
Mm-hmm.
Great officer.
Okay. Was there anybody else in your family in the service, or were you the only one?
No, I was the only one in the service.
You then went to the Pacific and spent the war
in the Pacific. Yes, we started in the Philippines, went on up to the Philippines, went to Iwo, Okinawa, and on the Yellow Sea. Spent the rest of the time in China.
Mm-hmm. Were you in any quarters engagements with the Japanese Navy, or
not the Navy, the air, the planes, or anything. Mm-hmm. We worked as ASW group, which was 5 DEs and 1 CVE carrier, and we would be called out on ASW.
Anti-submarine warfare.
Yes.
Yeah. Were you particularly successful in that?
Yes, sir. My ship didn't get any submarine, but I think there's 4 or 5 got out of this group.
Out of your group?
Out of the group, yes. We were one of the first DEs in the Pacific with 5-inch guns and Hedgehog, which was a missile type thing. It formed in a circle. That when it fell, the water was faded. If you got a hit on it, well, it would detonate. Better than a depth charge. That way you know you get something.
Explain that to me a little more. I don't know.
It was a projectile like missile that was fired in a circular pattern at a certain range.
Mm-hmm.
And when it would hit the water, the propeller on the front of the missile would activate the arming device.
Mm-hmm.
And this, in turn, if it struck an object like a submarine or something hard in there, it would explode.
I see. How big were they? Like a 55-gallon drum? Or?
No, sir. They were. I believe there were. Seemed like me, it was 18 or 24 of them, and they were a little larger than a 5-inch shell.
Okay. I understand.
It wasn't nothing like the.
Nothing like the big depth charge that you usually see in the movies.
No, it would fire over the bow of the ship.
Uh-huh. Sounds like it was an effective anti-submarine
very effective. So we were the first groups out there with this.
Mm-hmm. Did you do any picket duty or anything like that around Okinawa? Or
No, sir, because our object was to operate with CVE as
that
an
was
anti-submarine warfare.
that
In
was
other
your
words,
primary.
in the invasion of Iwo and Okinawa, the planes off the carrier would make strike. But if there was a submarine contact or a sighting or, idea there might be one, in our 5DEs and CVE we operate with would move away from the group.
Let's go after the submarine.
Go after the submarine.
So that was your primary function.
Primary function of ASW.
You did come under attack though with from the Japanese Air Force.
Yes, sir. I was in Okinawa. On Iwo, I believe that they got a ship on our in the group that night. They got an aircraft carrier. And then I stood, although I was a mailman, I stood a radar watch out to sea. This man said, "Look here, little Max, look at this bip over here." There it was on the screen, looked like a whole lot of it. So I said, "Boy, I'm gonna get my life jacket. I'll see y'all later." But they dropped fence on us, which was some kind of foil that would mess up the radar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did that to them.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, but they got that one ship that night. It was quite a lot. I can't recall the name of the ship. But and then we went in Iwo. We went in Okinawa. We were at there, but we didn't actually do picket duty like the rest.
The crew that was on board, they were all relatively young, kind of your age.
Yes. Skipper was 29 at the time. So we're all 18. We had a few older ones on there, but most of them.
Did you get pretty much on the job training, or was your training?
It was on the job. Yeah.
On the job. Now, you were involved, from what I know from your scrapbook and elsewhere, you were involved in the typhoon rescue operation, and I'd like to hear some more about that, sort of what it was like both before, during, and after.
Well, DE was a small ship, and it would stand what they said would be an 85-degree roll, which would be nearly on its side. Our clinometer, which indicates the degree roll, hit a 72. And we came back up. And the weather was, you just couldn't see anything. You couldn't actually control the ship. You just had to just about go where the Mother Nature wanted you to go.
Did you have any warning that it was coming?
No, sir.
Could you tell yourself that there was trouble coming?
Well, you just bad weather, and we didn't have any idea of the strength of it. It just came up on us all of a sudden.
Had you been in good-sized storms before?
Yes, sir, nothing like this. So, and then we learned a lot of stuff. Yes, our skipper was very, very sea-wise. He moved everything below deck as much as we could during the storm. And he put salt water in our ballast, keep everything all the way.
Keep as much weight down.
Yeah. Of course, we didn't draw about 10 feet of water, so we were not very big. And we encountered another typhoon in 45. We moved everything below decks, and he made preparations. We had 3 torpedoes. He'd say we got too rough, we would get rid of the torpedoes, get stuff off the top side, where we wouldn't use that cap side.
So you were in 2 typhoons.
Yes, sir. But the second one, when we skirted it,
Uh-huh.
we were very lucky.
No, the first one was December of 44.
Yes, sir.
Were you ordered to rescue duty, or did you just happen to come
No, sir.
upon
This
need
was
of it?
the chief radio man was out working on a Jerry antenna, which when we lost our mast, we didn't have any radio connection with any ship, but we didn't have any antenna. So he was out rigging an antenna, and he saw a light on our starboard bow. He said, "Man overboard," and then this is the first indication we had of a man of a ship capsized.
Of course, you didn't. Yeah, with no radio contact, of course, you wouldn't know. Or you might suspect that ships had gone over.
Well, I've never heard of a ship turning capsized before. And of course, when they capsized, there wasn't any way they'd get a message out, even if your radio had been working. But there was 3 ships capsized: the Spence, the Hull, and the Monahan.
3 destroyers.
3 destroyers.
And you simply came upon somebody in the water.
Came upon the water, and for the next 3 days we searched for him. It's all in the book there how he searched for him. He was a very good skipper. I mean, very.
What's his name?
Blades, Henry L. Blades. He took Naval ROTC in Georgia Tech.
I imagine you were putting yourselves at risk to a extent.
Yes, sir. But he felt like it was more important for us to search for the men in the water than what good we could do to the rest of the fleet. Ordered to come back to a certain point, but it was only a light because a light on another ship flashed and said that we were ordered to go back. And when we saw the man in the water, we flashed the light to him, signaled him, told him we were going to stay like survivors. And so he disobeyed orders partway.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to rendezvous at a certain place, and he thought it was more important to get what men we could.
How did you physically get these folks out of the water? It must have been a pretty tricky operation.
Well, of course, we had cargo nets over the side, and the DE is about 8 feet. It's all it was from the water line to the fantail. And the skipper would go upwind from the man, let the ship drift back to them. And as the ship would roll, most of the time the man could just reach up and grab it, because on a DE you roll very deep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just being small, you do a lot of it. And one man out of the whole, all we picked up, had to go to the hospital. Didn't hurt anybody by picking them up. In other words, if 2 big men down there could reach down there and just grab that man.
So you had right above the cargo nets. If they could
Sure.
grab on, you could haul them in.
Yeah. We had one man that was keel haul. He had a life jacket on with a lifeline. He jumped over the side to get a man that couldn't. Well, in fact, I believe the man was dead. He went over to get him. And when he did, the ship rolled and it drug him under the ship. And drug under the ship, then his lifeline was caught on sonar gear. He had to cut his life jacket to get out.
That's a scary time.
But that was what they call the last man heel haul, really. We picked up one man that somebody had come up to him and taken his life jacket away from him. And 2 of his buddies held him up. He didn't have a life jacket. 2 of his buddies held him up for maybe as much as 36 hours.
So some of these guys spent a lot of time in the water.
Yeah, that's right. 4 pounds. Come up, one man had a mail sack that he'd blown up,
Mm-hmm.
got up like that. and he had a can of fruit juice with him. He was having it made, but we asked him, said, "How are you going to open the fruit juice?" He said he hadn't thought about that, and he like went crazy. There I am. How could I open that fruit juice? But he didn't.
But he hung on to juice.
Yeah. And there was another one that went down close to an onion locker. They said they ate onions that floating. We never found him, but they just told us about them.
Did the people you picked up, did you get any sense whether they thought that somebody was going to save them or whether they thought they were done?
Yes, we had one man that called out the chief's name. He said, "Call her for Rusty." And this was one of the chief water tenders' names. And he said, "Why did we ask him?" I mean, I didn't ask him. Somebody asked him, "Why did you think Rusty would be there?" He said, "Because Rusty told me if I ever need anybody, call him." And so it was just very odd that this chief picked up one of his friends off that he'd been in the Navy with. But some people, if you're out there so long, you can't see real good, and they thought we were actually a submarine. And one stand up there at guns. This one guy said, "No," said, "Go on, pick up somebody else and come back and get us later." They thought they were Japanese. And all they saw was just a
right. You didn't have any masks.
No mask. Sailmates, yeah.
So you picked up 55, was it?
Yes, sir. 55. Picked up an admiral's son, which helped when we got back to Pearl.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
How did that help?
Well, he was the commander of the mine sweep in Pearl Harbor, or around in the area. And when he got word we rescued his son, when we went back to refit him, and anything we wanted, we got in Pearl Harbor. We got to go to Royal Hawaiian Hotel and spend, while we were getting refitted, we got to stay there, 25 cents a night. And you got your quarterback when you paid for your towel. You took your towel back in the next day.
You do quite a bit of that.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
Could be nice now if you go over for 25 cents.
What, you took all these people back. What happened to the people that you picked up?
We took them far as Ulithi, which they were picked up and transported back.
But the people you picked up were in pretty good shape.
Yes, sir. Yes. They were all bruised, a few cuts, and of course, eyes from the salt water, sunburned a little bit. Nothing. This one man required hospital.
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't know which he was off. But we picked up the ship off the hull. Survivors of the hull. And I don't know which one. But one of the ships, I don't believe there's any survivors. If there were, they were just 6 off one of the ships that capsized.
I imagine when the ship capsizes and goes down like that, there's not a lot of opportunity to get out.
If you're not topside when it goes over, that's it.
So is that the thing in the war that sticks in your mind the most, that experience?
Sure. Yeah. That was our claim to fame right there. This is it.
But you saw, this was 44, so you were in the war still for almost another year.
Yes, we were in
8 months.
The invasion of Iwo went on to Okinawa.
Did you come under kamikaze attack? Suicide planes? Or?
Not as just one ship, no, sir. We, as AFW work, we were more out to sea. Yes, more out. We were in Okinawa on April 1st when they invaded. But we were on the Camarata side, which is a group of islands to the west of Okinawa, which we had already secured. But it's almost no.
Did you get to Japan when the war was over?
No, so we were in China.
Oh, you were in China.
We took the first troops up to Korea in the Yellow Sea. And after that, then we went on up, took them up to Tsingtao and the other town. We escorted ships up and down through there for mines, navigational instruction, which is a lot of sand pans, junk.
Kind of a strange set of experiences.
It is.
You end up in China when the war is over.
Japan, but China, it was nice. I mean, I felt like we were welcome there.
Mm-hmm. Were you bringing in American Marines or Army troops? Or
well, took Army troops up to Korea the first time. But then the other place, they just they took some troops in, but it wasn't nothing. No invasion, just more stable.
Did you got ashore on it?
Yeah.
You got Liberty?
Yeah. We got overnight Liberty. I was talking, I thought I got to be king. I don't know where I did or not. They say we took us nearly a day to go up the river to a big town. I thought it'd be king. I've been wrong.
But it was such that it was.
Yeah.
You didn't draw too much water to go up.
No, it was a landing craft took us.
Oh, I see.
No, we didn't. We didn't go up the ship. We just went a landing craft. We got Liberty every day. I mean, if your section got Liberty, well, you got Liberty every day in China.
What did you do on Liberty in China?
Well, go see the sights, and buy stuff. Just whatever a sailor do, go out and get drunk, or whatever they want to do. That was all up to me.
Did you take any pictures?
No, sir, I didn't. I have this officer aboard ship. He had an 8mm. I have pictures of that on the TV, on my tape. The tape of the reunion in Nashville, I put on the VCR. I put in the tape that he took of all 8mm when we were out at sea and when we were rescuing. I have it on. He gave me. I mean, he didn't give me. He sold me the tape, and I put it on this other tape. Makes
keep it all together.
Keep it all together.
How long the tape is it?
The 8mm is about nearly an hour long. It's showing different scenes in China. People riding rickshaws. Shows the plane going down at sea. Us picking up the pilot. Didn't get any tape, didn't get any film Typhoon, as far as I know. The Navy took the tapes. Took the 8mm. And this is something he could get back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where there's more of it.
Maybe up in some archive up in Washington. Now, when you get out of the Navy?
I got 46.
46. Did you have any thought about making a career in the Navy? Or?
Not really, no. Country boy. No, sir. No, I'm afraid not.
Wanted to come back home?
Come back to the hill, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so what did you do when you came back home?
Came back, I just moved around, went in, started painting and roofing for a living, and then the weather got bad, and then I went in the generator business. I've been in the generator business now for 41 years.
Looking back on it, on your time in the Navy, was it a good thing?
Yes, I think it was. Yes, it was. some way. I'm a hill man. And it's a very sheltered life I led until then.
Mm-hmm. And pretty much after that too, did you stay around here?
Oh yeah.
So that got you halfway around the world, which you probably wouldn't have done.
I live within 3 miles of where I was born and 3 miles where I work. That's just city. Far travel been. We're going to start travel. Going to retire. Start traveling.
Well, I appreciate it. Following is a tape made with Mr. William McClain by Dr. Charles Johnson, University of Tennessee History Department, on August 18th, 1988, in the undergraduate library. The tape to accompany the videotape of World War II movie film. So what I'd like you to do as well as you can is just describe what you're looking at here, because I don't have any idea what's going on.
Well,
and I don't expect you to all the time either.
This is passing mail from our ship to the aircraft carrier.
You can see it's a carrier.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the small CVEs. Mm-hmm. Probably the Anzio, I don't know which, but that's one we operate with most of the time. These are possibly persons in there. Mm-hmm. If a pilot got shot down or he missed a ship, well, then we transfer him like that. Mm-hmm.
It looked almost like there was somebody in there.
Yeah. And, of course, it's just underway and taking a bridge.
This is on the Tabor?
On the Tabor. Yeah. That's a cargo ship.
Any idea, is this 44 or 45? Or?
It'd be 44 and 40.
Okay.
Yeah. Big cargo ship. We're passing mail or.
So you're up again, up close to the cargo ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're shooting the sun. Probably noon. Mm-hmm. The man put this together didn't have anything equal. Mm-hmm. You know, he just all jumbled up. It's really hard to tell where it is or what remember. Evidently they're having target practice there.
5 inch?
That's 5 inch. There's one of the little ship's mascots.
A lot of ships have puppies or something for mascot. Cute dog.
We lost one overside, and I forget what happened to it.
Where'd you get him? Remember?
Probably the Philippines. There's an aircraft taking off one of the carriers. Mm-hmm. I believe I'll ever be a flyer, not taking off and landing on something no bigger. There's one landing.
Mm-hmm. They say from up above it looks like a headstone.
Yeah, it does. And this evidently is in the Philippines.
These were taken by somebody on the ship?
Yes, sir. It's taken by an officer. He's the only one who could have a camera.
Uh-huh. Looked like a black sailor there.
They were two cooks.
Two cooks?
Yeah. Yeah, they were cooks or ward clerks, ward officers. Anyway, he worked in the wardroom, take care of captains, all the officers, food and everything. Went sailors, I can sail. And the white hat and the blue hat, different. And the men wore a blue hat like that. Would work below decks. Because they get them dirty. So that way, sometimes you can tell which way the man was, what division he was in. These kids diving for money.
Oh, I see. Any idea where in the Philippines this was?
Not right off the top of my head. No. And for some reason, I never got ashore in the Philippines. I never had a desire, really.
Uh-huh.
Being a mailman, well, I was off the ship enough anyway. I went from ship to ship. I didn't care much about going. In fact, I believe we just got two Liberty parties got to go there, three sections. And just being two Liberty parties.
Grinding corn.
Yeah. Washington, Kentucky. There's a hospital. Mm-hmm. This looks like this is up in China. I'm not sure of the yellow state. Like everybody's like angry. One like it's up in the yellow state. Those are all landing crafts.
Mm-hmm. So is this Chinese?
I believe it is.
Boy, an enormous amount of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just one place.
Yeah.
You got so much in other places too.
And if this is China, this is after the war.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sunset. Or sunrise, whatever it was.
You can go from one thing to another.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth. It's really hard to catch what it is. And then for landing on the carrier.
Looks like it got waved off.
Mm-hmm.
Had to come around again.
Something was wrong. One comes in the ditch.
Pretty bouncy landing
Hmm.
there.
Of course, the sea being as rough as it is, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Now, this is a skipper the day that he was given awards for rescue.
Oh, uh-huh.
He's given it to the rest of the men here. And Purvis got keel hauled, the man he's talking to.
Uh-huh.
It's when you get drugged under the ship.
Right.
Rope hung under. That's he one. Landed right. Those are two officers swam. If you did this, 12 people. So Purvis.
Holding the award in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He played football for Notre Dame. Of course.
Sturdy looking guy.
Yeah.
Now you're back to color film
Yeah.
of something.
Yeah.
Did the officer who took the films put them together?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He says there's more somewhere, but you can't find them, or the department won't turn them loose.
Hmm.
Of course, that's our sister ships, but we're going in line,
Mm-hmm.
carry your own stern. Underway at sea.
Mm-hmm.
Taking from the bridge.
Yeah, looking down the bow.
Now, this picture in here, I believe, taking up the Yellow Sea.
Yeah, they look like Chinese junks.
Yeah.
Pretty.
We went up to Korea first, and we came back, took another load to over Tennessean and Sintao in China. I don't know where this was on the Korea trip or when it's on China. Pictures lose a lot by the time you transfer them from one to the other, the other, the other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe the man did a very good job transferring these. Now this is in China. I couldn't think which town it's in Tianjin or Sintao. Might even be in Peking.
After the war, though.
Oh yes, this is after the war.
Those your officers or just?
Yeah, those are our officers. Yeah, that was Officer O'Neill there. He was at the last reunion. He'll be at this one. He said. It's Mr. Weaver there, Buck Weaver. RS man after the war. He hadn't been in their union, so what do you make this or not?
A few automobiles there.
Yeah, a lot of them run on charcoal or
no, that's a different way to travel.
yeah, that's one of the higher of muck and muck.
Mm-hmm. Fancy.
Mm-hmm. This is on up in China.
Rough country.
Yeah. I can see it again.
Looks like a pretty day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have generally good weather in the Pacific?
Well, when it was good, but when it was bad, then
Real nasty.
Yeah. 2 days after this going up the river from Tennessean up to Peking,
Mm-hmm.
we could take a liberty. So took a landing craft up there with about 50 to 100 men up
Did you get up to Peking?
there. I got up there one time, yes. We got to stay overnight.
Find anything particularly interesting?
Yeah, I found a lot of things interesting. Just being a young kid and not knowing what to look for or what to buy. It was, or something. Of course, our money supply, we got $10 a payday. And of course, $10 back then was a lot of money. And then China, see, our exchange rate was maybe 1,000 to 1 or maybe 9,000. And you could swap cigarettes for anything. Value. I just didn't know what to do.
I imagine that was true with a lot of the folks.
Sure.
Looks like pretty country.
Mm-hmm. But it gets, I'd go ashore every morning and you'd see so many people in this town. Well, they knew to meet you in Vegas. The kids did. Meet you every. They see your boat coming.
They're in pretty bad shape with it.
Well, no, they wasn't. They wasn't. They just kids that you could tell had to beg for a handout or something like that.
What's that?
That's the one. That's a landing craft.
Landing craft?
Yeah, I don't know what kind. That probably up in Peking. I'm not sure. Looks like a larger town.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this, I can't figure out what this is.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know where it's a show in there. They're looking at it.
They're watching something.
They're watching something. Now, I believe that's a ship that got one night. During this, back during the war, burning.
Yeah,
See.
you can see that. Mine or torpedo or aircraft?
Aircraft.
Or aircraft.
It was a carrier. And looks like it after the sun goes down. So that's what makes this is where the guy don't make it. See, the buddy's with him, or he got trouble, some kind of landing gear, or
Engine problem or something?
well, they know he's doing all right. So there he's going to come out.
I'm going to go in.
We operated these 5 ships in the aircraft here. And one ship, when they landed planes, was at the plane guard station. That would be at the stern of the ship. So the aircraft here. So this is where we were at this time.
Got out.
Mm. And what Mr. Bush did, didn't he? He got out of the plane.
Right. Shot down. Somebody picked him up.
See, the sides of our ship were so low to the water anyway. It wasn't any trouble for us to get.
Happy pilot, I bet.
Yeah. And the skipper with his medal on. Halsey presented.
What's his name again?
This guy's Plage, Henry
Plage.
Saw him in May. Not this year, last year. Lord. Had lunch with him and his wife.
Doing all right?
Doing fine, yeah. He's supposed to be in Reno. Of course, you can tell he's not much old after.
Right.
Now, we can't control this one. You do that, scoot it back too.
That's all right. The thing is, though, we can.
Yeah. Here we are back to fire.
Those 8mm reels were real short, and you just didn't put them together.
Here is the day Halsey comes aboard ship. There he is.
All of the stars on it.
Mm. hit the blades.
Mm-hmm.
To the crew.
This is after the typhoon.
Yes. Yeah. The battleship New Jersey.
It's big.
See, that's whaleboat like I run around back there, and this is what they call a captain gig here.
Mm-hmm.
This is still not Halsey. Halsey was a fancy one. This is supposed to be the admiral's.
Mm-hmm.
His flag on. Making sure it works.
You remember what he said?
No, a lot of that you try to forget what he says. He was very salty. No, I don't know where it's in part of any of this or not, what the speech was. We were laughing at the last convention, been paid why we couldn't play it. Mostly mixed company was the way it was. He was lucky in my book. A lot of things he did, a lot of things. You may mind where this isn't a port. Maybe it must be an anchor on most of it. Some of them move. Somebody picking up out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And they're laying down smoke screen for some reason.
Very effectively.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, something like that. Japanese planes attacking?
Well, it could be, yeah. We, especially if you're in a harbor, if you were in a harbor where
Mm-hmm. Depth charges there.
that's the target. K-guns. We were had a little island, Caramaretta, over on the west coast of Okinawa. And we were over there before they actually invaded Okinawa.
Mm.
And they laid smoke screen down because the planes came over. I was out in the whaleboat scared. Mercy. You couldn't see, but you just out there and you could hear the plane and hear them firing at them. Now these are some of the survivors of the storm getting ready to leave.
Still blowing a pretty good wind.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is an anchor. I mean, even our ship would roll at anchor.
Mm.
Here's back to Halsey.
Back to Halsey.
Sometimes I think this is made by two or three different cameras too. Because, the other was in black and white, and this is in color.
It's a nice shot of Halsey.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like about being on a small ship. There wasn't much spit and pops, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't no anything. Like you've been on a large ship, so you've been stood around with that shirts on, or possibly the skipper even had his hat on.
Mm-hmm.
They can pass something back. That old guy right there went through there. He weighed about 300 pounds now. He came through well, been a year ago. And that's our other.
Your other mascot? Boy, the guy's got pretty good tans out there.
Yeah, they wash off though. Really, it seemed like me they wash off that. You lay out there and you get pretty tan, take a good salt bath, and then first thing you know, wash it off. Fire a torpedo. I don't know, she said, well, when the shooting gonna start? I said, well, you didn't have time when you fight. You didn't have time to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to blow up a mine or a junk or something.
Mm-hmm. Shooting something. There it is.
Yeah.
Japanese plane.
No, I don't think so. Probably gunnery practice.
They have radio control plane or toad sleeves or
Toad sleeves.
Toad sleeves. Go out there in a hurry, don't they?
And that's